Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue the chapter Active and Passive Voice. The common rule for changing a sentence from active to passive voice is that we have to identify the subject, the verb, and the object. Then we have to change the object into subject. And then we have to put the suitable helping verb or the modal auxiliary. Then we have to change the verb into the past participle form of verb. After that, we have to add the preposition y and then change the subject into object. There are few changes that are made with the subject and the object when we are changing a sentence from an active voice to a passive voice or from passive voice to an active voice. That is, when the subject is I, it changes to the object me. When the subject is we, it changes to us. You remains the same. When the subject is they, it changes to them. He becomes him, she becomes her. And if it is a proper noun, when the subject is in the proper noun form, it remains the same. If in the active voice, before the verb, if the modal auxiliary verb, that is can, could, shall, etc. is there, then in the passive voice, the modal auxiliary verb will be followed by the word be, and then the past participle form of the verb will be written. For example, she can speak Chinese. Here can is the modal auxiliary verb and speak is the verb. Then in the passive form it will become Chinese can be spoken by her. Here in the passive form also can, the modal auxiliary verb is followed by the word be, and then spoken is the past participle form of speak. If in the active voice the subject is followed by a modal auxiliary verb and then it is followed by have, and then the past participle form of verb is there, then in the passive voice the object is written first, followed by the modal auxiliary, then have, and then been is added over there, and here the past participle form of the verb remains the same, and then it is followed by the subject. For example, he should have stolen my pen. So here should is the modal auxiliary and stolen is the past participle form of steal. And in the passive voice, should have is followed by been. My pen should have been stolen by him. If the subject is we, they, someone, somebody, none, nobody, everybody, people, etc., then there is no need to add the word by when we are writing the sentence in the passive form. For example, they have stolen my pen. Here the subject is they, and that is why we don't add the word by in the passive form. In the passive form, the sentence will be written as my pen has been stolen. Here we are not adding the word by. No changes are made if the sentence is in the negative form. For example, they have not stolen my pen. Here they is the subject. So that is why we cannot add the word by here while writing it in the passive form. That is why we are writing it my pen has not been stolen. Here the word has is written because we are talking about one particular pen that belongs to me in the sentence. That is why we are writing my pen has not been stolen. Next, they must not have left any sign. In the passive form also no changes are made. In the passive form it will be written as any sign must not have been left. There are two ways in which we can change the who question in the active voice to the passive voice. For example, who opened the door? This sentence in the who question form is in the active voice. The answer to this sentence in the passive voice can be written in two ways. The first way is that who followed by the word be and then object followed by the past participle form of the verb and then by. That is, who was the door opened by. And next, by whom followed by the word be and then the object followed by the past participle form of verb. Means by whom was the door opened. Here the door is the object and opened is the past participle form of verb. Please do the exercise given below in your classwork exercise book and send all your homeworks by tomorrow to the mail address given below.